Have you ever wanted to get into AI, but you just felt totally overwhelmed by all the crazy math and theory? Well, today we're going to look at something that might just change everything for you. It's called the Fast AI book. And trust me, it's a free, hands-on guide that puts you right in the driver's seat from day one.
You know, there's this common idea that you need a PhD or like a decade of advanced math just to build anything cool with AI. And hey, for a long time, that was kind of true. But what if I told you that's just not the case anymore?
So the thing that just completely flips this idea on its head isn't some dusty old textbook. Nope, it's a GitHub repository that has an entire book and a course, all published as these amazing interactive documents that let you start coding and messing around from the very first chapter.
So, what is this thing exactly? It's called the Fast AI book, and it was written by two absolute giants in the field, Jeremy Howard and Sylvain Guger. It's a full-on guide to deep learning, but what really makes it special is how it's delivered.
See, the entire book is presented as a bunch of Jupyter notebooks. Now, if you've never used these before, they're like living documents where you have the explanations right next to live code. You can read about a concept and then in the very next cell, run the code, tweak it, and see what happens. It's amazing.
Okay, so why has this thing just exploded in the AI community? Well, it all boils down to one simple idea: a practical code-first approach. Instead of drowning you in theory for weeks, it gets you building real stuff from the get-go.
And don't just take my word for it. The community has spoken. Over 24,000 developers on GitHub have starred this repository. You know, in the open source world, that is a massive, massive vote of confidence. It's a huge signal that this thing is the real deal.
And this quote, this pretty much says it all. It's actually part of the book's full title, and it just perfectly captures the mission here: AI applications without a PhD. The whole goal is to empower anyone who can code to build real-world AI, tearing down those old walls. So what are you actually going to learn? What does this path look like? Well, the curriculum is really smartly designed to take you from the bare-bones fundamentals all the way up to building some seriously sophisticated models.
They've split it up into foundations and applications. So you start with the core stuff, sure, but you immediately use it for awesome projects. You'll be classifying pet braids with computer vision, digging into tabular data, and even using natural language processing to understand text. It's all hands-on.
Let's be honest, the biggest pain when you're learning something new is just setting up your computer, right? Well, the Fast AI book has this incredibly elegant zero-setup solution that lets you start coding in like seconds. The authors themselves point you toward Google Colab. It's a free, browser-based coding tool that needs zero installation. You literally get access to a powerful computer with everything you need already installed, and it all just runs in your web browser.
And getting started is ridiculously simple. You just find the repository on GitHub, scroll down to the Colab section, and click the link for whatever chapter you want to start with. That's it. The notebook just opens up in your browser, all ready for you to start learning and running code.
Now, because this is such an incredibly generous free resource, it's really important to understand the rules of the road, so to speak. The licensing is super straightforward, but there is one key thing to know. It's really simple. The Python code, it's open source. Do what you want with it. But the prose, all the text and explanations, that's copyrighted. It's for your own private use, so you can learn from it, but you can't go and republish it or host it somewhere else.
At the end of the day, the creators made all this available for free just to help people learn. Respecting their copyright is how we can make sure that they, and other amazing people like them, keep sharing these kinds of incredible resources with all of us.
So, let's just boil it all down. What are the big takeaways here? First, you're getting a complete university-level deep learning education for free. Second, it's all about learning by doing with a practical code-first style. And third, you can start right this second with absolutely zero setup, all thanks to Google Colab.
So, with this amazing resource literally at your fingertips, there's really only one question left to ask. What incredible problem are you going to solve first?